Right, sorry about that. What am I? What a plonk. Let's have a look to... Let's come out of this. What I wanted to do... Go to F10. Right. So, last week... We've still not got the mining facility, have we? Hey, Spatey. Right, I got you up at Cobaletta. Morning, Spatey. How are you, mister? So, is the one who won the Apache one of the lot who are playing with you guys, by any chance? You should have seen the Star Citizen giveaway. It was hilarious. It was just one big mess up, but it was funny. Yeah, I know that, matey. That's over this bit. There's that mining facility. We need to get rid of the sandbag. Hey Kev, hey Jacob. Just one moment. I do need to move this up a little bit. That down a little bit.
Spatey said, yes, he's in an OC in SC that we played with.
Ah, right, okay.
For taking the base and landing everything, but it wouldn't change it from grey, it was still grey.
That's right. You and I took it, remember?
Yeah.
And we couldn't figure out how to take it either.
That sandbag needs to go. That's there. There's an M92 sandbag that needs to be destroyed, and then you can take it.
Is Pop coming on today, do we know?
Probably at some point. Right.
I know Matt's coming back. I told you that though, didn't I?
Yeah.
Dodger Gates will go down in history.
That was hilarious. I looked at it back, and oh man, it was just funny. Especially when you put "Oh Lord" and you can just hear it in the background. You know what I mean? And you're right. I think I might be losing my hair a little bit on the top. I never noticed. When I went to have it cut as well, I said to Lise, the sun's been shining through the window, and my hair was starting to look grey, I think, as well. Can you believe it? Anyway, hello and welcome.
The selector is getting these things going on his side of the aircraft, and then I'll be ready to fly as soon as old Disco Dave's ready.
Let's have a look. See what there is. Got to try and remember how to use these things again. I'll tell you what. Active filters. Let's clear the filters. Oh, right, okay. Right, so unit type. I'm going to jump into a Huey. First thing in the morning, a little bit later on today compared to last week. Oh man, how do I use this bloody stupid dynamic thing again? Every time I forget. I don't use it all.
Click on the dynamic tab.
That's why, okay.
And then it's the same as loading.
Yeah, I got it now. I couldn't remember. It's just, as I said, it's not something I use that often. Right, there we go. I'm good.
It's great because you can even do a hot starter now on it.
Hey, why? If you're going to do a hot start, you may as well play War Thunder. What a Swiss! doing a bloody hot start because you're in air to air when you should be racing off a ship. I don't know, it's a very old mission. Maybe it wasn't updated when that bit was there. I'm just drinking my cup of tea and then we'll be off. Any ideas how we can destroy the sandbags? Alright, I'm going to come up for a ride anyway.
Can you bring the co-pilot?
I haven't got anything set up for it.
No worries.
I can just jump in, but I've got nothing set up.
I'm in the Shiloh. My memory's going.
Spatey said, door gunners.
Yeah, I haven't. Oh, door gunners will take it down. Oh, Spatey reckons door gunners will take the sandbag down, so it might be worth you putting something on.
I thought I did.
Ah, right, okay. I don't know. I'm not in your helicopter yet. I've now got to find out how to get in your helicopter. Ah, right. I found it.
I should look for the thing. Oh, there it is.
I'm getting good now. I'm going to start a channel that's going to tell people how to do these things. It's amazing.
Oh, that sounds like a good idea.
I might sign up for that.
It's only 400 quid a day.
How to start aircraft too, Mel, and hover them.
And hover.
That'd be a great idea.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe I'll think about it. And one day I might do videos.
Tea Kettle Barbic said,
Hey, Barbara.
Brilliant idea.
We can do videos.
With old age does come wisdom.
Pedro _ McLeod said, morning.
2 o'clock, searching.
Hey, morning. Ah, Stu, is it? You alright? Yeah. So we're just,
It's me.
it's a very noisy helicopter, isn't it? Here's Stu. I've got my decks out ready, Stu. Trouble is, it's all set to Pink Pony Club, which is what Lisa likes to sing to. Anyway, hello everybody. What we're going to do, the base that we were taking last week, which is here, is it's gone red again. Oh no, it's alright, it's still okay. It's grey, but we need to get rid of the sandbag. Once we do that, we'll drop some troops off. Then they're going to capture this facility. Now, some of the others were still playing on later, so they've already captured this facility. And once you drop the troops off, they'll build some buildings, they'll set it up. You'll find other aircraft coming and supplying, and then you keep on moving on. And basically, we've got to take over everything that's there. It's so noisy, isn't it, in this helicopter? You don't notice so much when you're doing something. We've got gunners. No, we've got troops, I think. Who's going up in the Apache? Shadow. It's possibly AI, I don't know. Right, if anyone's got any questions, please jump in and ask. That's something I've forgotten to do. Just one moment. Let me pause that while I turn my head around. Okie dokie. I'm holding. That's what I forgot to put on.
2
I'm looking away at the moment. Right, there we go.
Get those supplies.
Right. We're supposed to bring supplies.
Radar. 7 o'clock. Searching. Fan.
Can't all take supplies, surely. Who was it dropped off? Yam. Oh yeah, I see. Can you see the colour on the YouTube feed at all? Or did it make a difference, Camel, when you changed it? Because I was messing.
Oh, it's
Spacey says,
Yeah.
don't 5 think you can capture it, only disable it.
Oh really? Spatey's saying that you might not be able to capture the mining one. Only disable it, maybe.
Yeah, that is possible. We'll go and have a quick look and see what happens.
Yeah, no worries. So I forgot to do
At
the.
least we could on my server.
Oh, you could capture it on your server. Oh, couldn't. Okay.
But then on some servers, I've seen that they have captured it, so using the same mission files.
Yeah. Yeah, Spatey was having problems as well, or they couldn't on theirs. But we'll give it a try anyway, I guess. Unless there's a prereq that it needs, maybe, that if we're going to capture.
But you do need troops to disable it.
Yeah, we got troops. You got the troops, haven't you, Stu? Yeah, we should have the troops. Hey, Charlie. So one of the things I was just talking about, by the way, if you look at the colours, it looks a bit dark on Twitch. It will look probably better on the other side. The sun's just coming up, but this is all to do with the gamma. People go on about reshade this, reshade that, and I don't really think you need to reshade at all. All you need to do is drop your gamma slightly, and it just depends on the monitor and the lighting in your room. When you're in a normal room, if it's bright and sunny, or in the evening you've got your light on, it will take away, it will soften and dull down the colours from your monitor. So if you play in the dark, as I tend to, and if you drop your gamma down, you'll find the colour contrast and the atmosphere so much better. At the moment I'm running on 1.4, but again, the monitor I'm on is an OLED. The room isn't brightly lit, and it's fine for me. So if you look at 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, but don't leave it on a gamma of 2.2, which is the default, especially as a lot of missions are set round about 12 o'clock, which is a default mission time, and people don't bother changing it. And what that causes is everything to be washed out, and it flattens everything down. So when you're in here, look, you look as though there's some depth to everything, whereas when you're on 2.2, it flattens things, especially in the queuing. It really washes it out bad. And it's the same when I play Star Citizen. I just turn the gamma down, contrast up a bit, get rid of that misty sort of milkiness that they have, and it looks like a different game. It really does, and it's absolutely great for taking screenshots. It really is. And make sure your screenshots are PNGs, not JPEGs as well. I think there's a choice. Your PNGs will have better colour, better quality. Your JPEGs are slightly more lossless. Boom, boom, boom. I was just testing my base there, Stu. door behind me is open. Oh, your door's open. Oh, the door in the helicopter. Oh yeah, there's a little guy standing there at the moment. He's looking like, from my point of view, he's looking like he's in the queue for the toilet. I'm not sure. At least there's somebody in there.
6 wing.
Did you pick up 32 troops as well, or?
No, I think that was small squad with that.
And a technician?
Yeah, technique for a squad and a
Let's see what happens then. Can't even jump out and run around with them. If anyone wants to join in, by the way, you're more than welcome.
Like the, on the Syrian map, some of the troops I can actually move around with them. And that's so you walk around the pilots and target their manpower.
Oh, right, yeah, I gotcha.
So you could lock the spin and missile site and lock it into the target. On the cycle station, if you move the pilot away from the marker saying that he was to do rescue, they follow.
Oh, really?
Because I was trying to move one near as a helicopter and it just disappeared.
Interesting.
Some research and rescue
6 wing.
sticks, like if
7
you
above.
die,
Searching.
you
6
rescue
wing.
isn't
7 above. Searching.
coming out there for you to build up here, that's a good image. You are actually pop out of the building and go over. They've got an injury.
Oh, really? Oh, I haven't come across some of that yet. So we're moving up the channel. There we are. Surprised how long it is, isn't it? It's really weird when I'm just sitting here because there's so little for me to say except enjoy the ride, really. I'll fly something next. Let's see what we do when we get here and pick this up. I think we're getting a bit of, is that steam on the windows or mist on the hill? Looks like steam or flare. And so you could put the blowers on.
Yeah, heat over here might be, that's all.
Was surprisingly cold. It caught me out that first run up. Hey Stingy, how are you, matey? Hope you're well. We're playing Foothold on Caucasus at the moment, Stingy. It got fixed. It's one that we used to play. Oh really? What's it doing? Just dying a death.
The mild slope solution breaks the surface tension so condensation doesn't bother this one.
Oh, completely dead. Doesn't boot. Doesn't even try to boot. A mild soap solution. You want me to get out and give the windows a rub? This audio you can hear faintly in the background. I can pipe it through the channel if you want, but sometimes it gets a bit chatty. I use invisible glass that works quite well. It's Yeah, it's you rub it on and you can't see it. It's great.
Gloops
Gloop. Ah, right, yeah. Could do.
Jeff said, no motherboard code stingy.
Stingy 13 said, just spinning round tire and everything something to do with battery dying.
Oh, really? Just spinning round. Just spinning round. Is it just spinning round when it's trying to boot Windows, or just spinning round when it's trying to boot full stop? And is that like a little display you've got on your system? What speed are we going? Really, it feels like the tourist version. This, doesn't it? When you're inside looking out, you just think, oh, okay, only boots to BIOS. Don't know on these. Usually, but then the Apache starts off in kilometres, but this is a lot older, so you'd expect it to be miles.
What's it saying on yours?
I can't even tell where the speed is. 114. There we go. It's red. It's in red. Ah, yes, there is. Yes. Yeah, that's a point. That's a point, Stingy. Is it that window? Did you do the Windows update, or was it automatic? Because it causes problems with some SSDs. If you Google it, you'll find out. It tells you what drives. Oh yeah. How have we lost that? Right. I was going to say, you haven't dropped it on the way, have you? Ah. It's nice and smooth at the moment, isn't it? Or it looks smooth on my screen anyway. Might not on Twitch. Yeah, it's like it just doesn't bother. I think you'd notice if we'd got sort of 3 big armoured things in the back. I think it might struggle a bit. Yeah, no worries, mister. We'll see you when you come back. Okie dokie. When I'm flying this helicopter, usually about here, I can't read any of that nonsense at all. And if I move right in, by the time I've done that, I've crashed. So I never actually look at how fast or anything like that I'm going at all. I just find it really difficult. You know, if there was a hood it would help, but I don't know whether there's a hood coming or what. I'm not really sure. All I've done all week, Kev, is eat. Been out so many times to eat, and we're going out tonight as well, more eating. And I think I've possibly this week managed to increase by about £8 or £9, would you believe? Not compatible. It's further up, matey. It's a lot further up. You could look for it, but I think you'll spend a long time.
I need binoculars if I'm going to see it from here, won't I?
Yeah, we're about 4.5 nautical miles away. I think you need more than binoculars. I told the RNIB not to send us pilots. Oh, yeah, I don't know whether they do anything like that. I think this is a bit of a classic, and when it first come out, it was worse than an American car from the 70s. It was so wallowy, it was really bad. And the stick was opposite the direction you were doing. Do you know what I mean? It was worse than real life. You were so far lagging the actual input. It was just so bad. Whereas now, now it's got the automated trimming and stuff on. It's a lot more controllable. But it bites your bum very often. More often than I'd like, but it will bite you. Just when you think you've got full control and you're coming into land and everything's good, it'll just drop from a couple of feet. It's bizarre. But yeah, there's a lot not working yet. It's rare for me to fly stuff that isn't finished. But this was one thing that it was just the challenge of it. And my customer used to fix these things. So when I was working there, they'd be doing hover testing just outside the bloody windows and shaking the whole office. Nearly just around the corner. Would you like to play I Spy while we're going along? Okay. I spy with my little eye something beginning with G. No, it's not a giraffe, is it? Can you see any giraffes? Okay then. Pardon? Godzilla? No, looking around, can't see any Godzillas, can we?
He might be hiding.
No, do you give in yet?
We have a
No, I've looked around, there's no golf course. You can have one more guess and then I'm going to give you the answer.
green cheese.
No, it's not green cheese. Have you got somebody there with you?
Yeah, the door behind me.
Oh, is the door gunner? Okay, can you ask him not to jump in because this is very special for you? You've got one guess left. No. The answer is Gossamer from the spiderweb over there in that tree. Right. Okay, you've gone past, by the way. Did you know? Yeah.
Can you get him out of the tree, please?
Unfortunately, that's where the spiders live. So we'll have to leave him alone so we can eat the flies. Are you a fly? Okay. And how does that make you feel? And why do you think you're frightened of spiders?
I don't know if they're frightening.
And why do you think they're frightening? And what is the issue you have with eggs? Oh, legs. You like eggs, do you? And how do eggs make you feel? Right, we're there now. Keeping kids occupied in cars is terrible, isn't it? Right, okay, so let's have a look. Is this the sandbag thing here? No, these are... no, we're just over it. It's on our left now. Literally, slow down and stop. Do you know what I went to do? I went to press my middle mouse button so that you could see the ring on the map, which means nothing to you, but it does if you play Valheim. So it's the other side of the river, more or less where we are.
Cool.
So it looks like it might be in those bushes. You know where? I think that's where the two tanks were. Yeah, just drop them out and see what happens. They got to cross the water though. That's the problem. You might wanna, before you drop them over the other side.
Yep.
What we're looking for? Oh, that's a road. Is it a road? No, there's a stream, isn't there?
Yeah.
And they'll probably just stand there looking at the stream. Yeah, I think I can see the sandbag thing just back a little bit. Watch the pylon cables. If anybody wants to jump in, guys, you're more than welcome. This is just one part of this small mission. As you can see, there's a lot of things to attack. Once we'll try and capture this, then we'll go from Kobaleti up. I wonder how we get the SAM there. Unless that is just showing us there's a SAM. It is a little bit.
Fixed wing. 6 o'clock. Searching.
Let's go back down. Right, you should be... Yeah. You should, if you go more just towards the pylons, you might get away with it. Looks a bit flatter. Well, on the left-hand side, just to the left of those pylons, but you'll have to put your nose up the hill, I think. But it's going to be close either way. Yeah, you could do it on that corner there, look. I'm not sure where the pylon runs to. Just be careful. Yeah, you should be able to pull up there to the left of that pylon and you should be good. Looks like they got bags of room. Just watch the pylon, the cables, they're sort of just above your blades. Hey, Shifty! Yeah. I'm not sure why. I think it's because he went to He went to drop the guys off, but we're the other side of the screen. How are you, Shifty? Hope you're well, matey. I'm just a passenger in this, just going for a ride. You all good? You streaming at the moment? Unfortunately, I'm have some weird working weeks, working days, so I don't get to catch you like I used to. Is it your time off?
He says we're not operating within parameters.
To do what?
To chop the troops.
Oh, it wants you to hover.
So let me try again.
Okay, just hover a little bit higher. Have you played anything lately at all, Shifty? Ah, right, okay. You're just down the edge of the area.
Stingy 13, make sure TPM and secure boot is enabled in BIOS and
right, so
CSM is
let's like edge
disabled,
up
assuming
into
you're
the
on
area.
Windows 11. Disk partition
Yeah,
shows
go
stingy
about 322.
BR. Had to convert mine when swapping from 10 to 11.
You should be able to drop the troops off. Right?
There. You can drop them there. So I think half your half the chopper was out. A mile off, yeah, I know. But I just wondered, possibly because this might be a capture. Not sure. How are you anyway, Shifty? You all good? Nothing loaded. There's nothing there, mate. Bum, 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 bum.
Oh, in the inventory list, is it showing nothing?
Well, I can't see any troops. Did you drop troops then?
Not yet, no.
Okay.
He wants me. I've got to open the door, so I had a
Sorry.
close them in just in case it had gone out of desync for some weird reason.
We'll have a look. Anybody who wants to join in, you're more than welcome.
It's not giving me the option to drop the troops individually like it usually does. It's saying drop all
Yeah.
troops. It's not saying like by units.
Just drop them all and see what happens.
Well, that's what's not doing it.
Ah, right.
It won't do it.
Sounds like you didn't, or something went wrong in picking them up. Did you definitely pick them up?
Yeah, it says
But
it's
we
not
can
wrong.
have to say what we're carrying.
When I check,
Yeah, it says 32 troops.
yeah.
Yeah,
This
I
ball is
misread that.
fine.
Unless, if you got supplies, is the supplies in the way? Like, is it down the middle of the thing and stopping them from getting out?
I don't know. The supplies usually hasn't stopped me before. I usually manage to do supplies and like drop off mortar teams and stuff ready with the supplies waiting for when I'm about to cap the base. So I've got the tech guy and the supplies ready to cap while I'm dropping off all the mortars.
It's a little bit odd, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like something may have gone a bit.
Let me jump out and see if it makes a difference, just in case. Select the role. And now try it.
that didn't make any difference.
No difference. All right. I'll pop up with a Huey a little bit. I'll say it's a little bit quicker, but it's not, is it?
Right, I'll see what I can do with the door gunners. I'll try and land a bit closer and machine gun them sandbags. Because they, like, if it was our style target, they'd be shooting it.
Yeah, well, it's weird, isn't it? Let me put on...
Shifty Mover said, long, Huey quick, slowest transport.
Yeah, I know, I realised as I said it, I just realised what we were doing. The reason why we were so slow in the Chinook is because we'd lost an engine as well. But yes, I did realise as I started to say and did back off that one, Shifty. I just want to see if we can get any troops there at all. What have we got there? 1 and 2, 2 and... No, 1 and 6. Yeah.
Nice.
I'm old now, Shifty. It was my birthday last week.
If the troops have been dropped and disappear, you might have had a message to say it's been disabled.
Yeah, it's my birthday last week, Shifty, so now I've got to the age where I can get away with, saying things. That's fine, thanks. Right, we'll go into the Huey. We'll go and have a look. We'll pick some troops up and things. I might pick the troops up first, actually. Let's open those doors. We'll need to open the back doors as well. Was that intentional, Sham?
Yeah, I just want to be busy.
Okay, and we need those doors open, which off the top of my head, it's possibly Shift or Alt. One of the two. Could be Alt. Oh, 3 and 4, isn't it? There we go. Doors are open. Let's see if we can load some troops. CTLD. Manage troops. Load troops. Technical.
Let's get to the AO.
Okay, and can I load any more troops, or is it technical? That's it. We only started playing this last week, Shifty, and it's been changed somewhat. It's a little bit different to what it was before. Load other troops, squad of 8. No, I can only load the technical guy. There's front door guns on this Sham. Right, okay. We're going to start the Huey up, and if we jump up to this panel here, let's get a much better view, shall we? That's awful. That's better. Right, we're going to turn the AC power onto AC phase, which is 1 click. We're going to turn the DC voltmeter onto essential buzz, press the main gen down, put the battery on. Siren is a low RPM warning that we can disable. Right next to this big yellow bracket thing, which is the fuel, and it's there. Okay, we're going to put the fuel on. We're going to make sure the governor is forward, and we're going to put the hydraulics on, force trim and chip detector. Okay, forward and relax. And then we're going to turn, let's put this on so you can see. We're going to turn the throttle. Now you can turn it with a mouse. If you've assigned this to an axis, it won't work until it's gone past the lock. But page up will do the job. So effectively you want it all the way up and all the way back down again. If you leave it part up, it will cause a problem. It'll flame out the engine, but the trouble is it's not really, you see the flames, but it's not going to do anything to the engine unless that's changed since. We're now going to start it up. We're going to hold the start button and we're going to watch the gas producer roll round, and we're going to let go of the start button when it hits 40. If it only gets to round about 10 or so, usually it means you forgot the fuel. Round about 12 the rotor will turn, and you may see the shadow, although it's quite early in the morning and we're not in the best position for that. But normally you can see a shadow from here. I will let go now. See the RPM increasing. Okay, it jiggles around just a little bit. And this will stop at 40. Gas producers just drop down a little bit. And when it gets to that point, you've got 2 lights on. So what we're going to do now is start to increase the fuel flow, which you can see here. And do that nice and smooth. There's 2 needles there. There's a needle. Tactical flight suits. There's a rotor, RPM, and an end. That was quick, matey. A rotor RPM and an engine RPM. And we just keep winding it all the way up to the top. And then it will settle down in the ground. Okay, so there's one other thing. Well, a couple of other things actually, thinking about it. We need to get rid of these alarms. We get rid of these alarms by turning the IFF radio on, and the knob you want is this one click, and it will go off. And then the other one is the inverter. Let's see if I can get the right button. Yeah, I did for a change. There we go. So we switch that on to main, switch the starter to standby. We've got an alarm lit there, master caution. When you're flying, you're looking out here, and when these alarms go off, you might not see them, so this lights up on the dash and will stay on until it's reset. Oh, good grief. How are you, mister? You all well? So we switch this off by going forward to reset. And if we do a test, we can do a lamp test. Okay, light's gone off. Yeah, all good. So what we've got to do now, just one moment, is adjust this compass to match this one. You can see we're pointing at 210. So we're going to rotate this synchronizing knob round, and you can go either way. As we do it, you'll see there's a little window there with a circle. And as we go around, that circle will change into a cross. And when it's a cross, this is set wrong. When it's a circle, it's set wrong. And you need half a circle and half a cross. Even that's a little bit arbitrary. So when you look at it, compare what you see there with what you see there. And this looks like it's a smidge towards the south, and this looks like it's a smidge towards the south. So that's going to be fine. That means that when we're flying, we can rely on the compass bearings. One thing you need to be aware of is if you look straight down where this needle is, if we rotate this round so that the 3's at the top, we'll see this. And you may get confused and you'll be going the opposite direction. So always check the numbers here with the numbers there. Okay? Right. So to take off, we're going to give about 30% left pedal. That's 30% along this box here. Okay, as we take off, the helicopter naturally will go forward, lift up and roll over to the right. So we want to counter that. So what we're going to do is pull the stick back down to here as we start to move. Okay, if we go and twist to the left, then we need to relax the left turn a little bit. If we go to the right, we need to add a little bit more on, but we'll see what happens once we go. So as soon as we get light, okay. The warning's not on my screen, matey. Might be desync. I know what you can turn on for me. Can you see the heat? What's it heat? Just below the fuel. There's me crossing the runway. No one else is on either. Yeah, sorry, just beneath the fuel, there's a heater, is there? Let me check. That's it, the ice one. That's what I was after.
Yeah.
It's just beneath the fuel, the little toggle. You're very muffled, I'm not sure why. You're in VR?
Yeah.
And have you got the guns working? How to jag your cat? Oh dear. A diabetic cat? I'm diabetic, although type 2. Anyway. Oh, he's type 2 as well, so you got to just give him tablets. Like twinsies, me and a cat. Right. Tell me which one to go left up. I sort of know, but just in case I do it wrong. It's not this one, is it? That's gonna confuse the hell out of the cat, isn't it? I think it's the next line, isn't it? The base, the mining place. Is it this one or the next one? Going a little bit quick. Let's back it off just a little bit. What you been playing lately? Solid. Star Citizen's performing quite well at the moment. Even performed quite well during the free fly. I was quite surprised. It's the first time I've ever been on when there's been a free fly and it wasn't a shit show. But I never take part in the events. Yeah, type 2. Type 2's a little bit, what's the word, insidious really. Because if you keep eating too much sugar and chocolate, it just basically, I can't remember what it is that starts attaching to your blood cells and then starts doing weird things to your extremities. Have you gone now then? No. If you want, we can do a 2-man Apache. They don't have a cure from... Oh, they might have a cure, I'm not sure. There will be, in a minute, if you wait. You can. Do you want to be the gunner? Or fly? I went and made some more stuff yesterday. Oh no, he's gone. So I did do quite well, and I was working away. I lost some weight and I got good control over my diet. But because it was my birthday this week, the last week since I've been off work, all I've done is eat, go out and eat. That's all I've done. But it'll drop off again as soon as I'm back at work. I know. And then I get an annual medical request from my doctor to book an appointment, and I'm like, oh great. Oh, she's worse. She'll have a bag of crisps and bring me some crisps in because she feels bad if she's got some, or if I'm really cutting down on stuff. She's not quite an enabler. But yeah, when I was away, I got my weight down, everything went down, all my numbers went down after blood tests, the whole lot. And they said, just keep doing what you're doing. And then circumstances changed, so now I go to work 3 days a week and I work at home the other 2. And Lisa works funny hours, so if we eat, it's after 9 o'clock at night, which is, no, I don't like that at all. And it just makes it difficult to have the level of control I had before on what I'm eating and when, to some extent. I can't buy the stuff I used to eat from where we go shopping. I have to go somewhere else. It just conspires. That's not going to be useful, is it? Let's put the trimmer on. And we'll see where we are. There we are. We should see Stu waiting for us. You still sitting in your chopper there, Stu? Yeah, it's weird. I used to go out walking in the mornings, but as I said, this job is, because I'm sort of out on the road at 6, I haven't quite got time to go for a walk. And then it's like a 12, 13 hour day when I'm at work. And it's just one of those things. Then when I come back, I've got to go and get Lisa later on. And it's just all broken up. No. I'm working, it's in Doncaster, but when I stayed up at Doncaster and went to work there and then come back the weekends when I could, now the reason why I could control my food is because I never used any of the cooking stuff or anything in that house, washing or anything. I just made cups of tea. Well, no, it cost me 800 quid a month to go to work, and I thought, I'm not doing this anymore. It's not worth it. So now I've reduced it, but now it's killing my car, which is why I wanted to stay there in the first place. So I'm putting on sort of every time I go to work, it's about 160 mile a day, so that's multiplied by 3. Work that one out, that's what it's doing to my car, which I pay for, my car and my fuel. Yeah. I should get something closer, but I don't, I'm being offered jobs all the time, but I don't want to do what I used to do. Because I was always on call, I was always out. When people are off on holidays, that was the time you get things done. And I did enough of that. I did enough driving as well, but... still going a little bit quicker. You never know if the place up the road opens up again, which you never know. Then that'll, when I went there, it was like 20 minutes and I was home. And Lisa worked there as well, which was really quite good. So I was home by 5 o'clock. And that was good. So, that was so much better, so much free time, and it's an easy job. When you're doing management, it's just much easier than doing consultancy and everything. they mothballed it. They mothballed it with a view to shifting it, or maybe if they need it again they could pick it back up, because it was on a 15-year lease. But I don't know what they're going to do yet. I've got to try and find out. Oh. Oh, really? It might be. Have you got another job to go to, or you just don't want to be doing that anymore, Arthur? Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. So Mr. Camel is also streaming from his point of view. Unlike me, Mr. Camel is a helicopter pilot in real life. He's more on the dangerous side though, because he's a crop spray. So it's all low level stuff, just whizzing above the crops and avoiding things. Oh right, yeah. Quite expensive to get a license for, I think. Probably expensive to run. Those little drone things are looking quite interesting. Just fancied one. Yeah. Oh right, excellent. Started slowing down a bit. I think it's over there. This is where I get to where Stu is now and then catch his helicopter. Oh, he's on the way back. Oh, the cost of fuel. Depends how much the fuel is. No, fly more than just these. We fly everything, it just depends on the map. Yeah, it'll either be fun or frustrating. Governments tend to have a way of working. I know, it's ridiculous, isn't it? Where's Stu? Oh, he's up there. I haven't seen him yet. Can't even hear him. Oh, listen. Should hear him. Just a slight change in sound there. It's probably a bit higher off to the left or lower down. I expected a nice flyby then, Stu. What happened? Ah, right. Yeah, I could see on the map you were going up that little valley bit. Right, so we're just going over to here. Let's see what happens, if anything. So I have got some guns on me. Not switched on at the moment though, so I can do that now. Just trim that steady. I just use whichever mate. I don't care. So on. read my little buttons. Right, so I think it's just up there. If anybody wants to watch in 4K, I'm not sure, does it, when it streams, does it on YouTube, can you watch it in any resolution? Oh, that, I never even noticed. It's alright, sorry about that, that's just coughing. So I'm slowing down as well, going a little bit lower, just got to watch those pylons. Sorry, coughing. Yeah, it's MELL DCS. I have one for this, one for Star Citizen. Star Citizen's MELL. MELL SC. So yeah, give it a try. Oh, it will. I know it's 4K, I just wondered if it was also doing all the other resolutions up to on the fly. There's about a minute delay. Right, so we're looking for the sandbag down here, which could be this down here, but sorry about that. I'm just coughing like crazy. This hill's really steep here, isn't it? I think that's is that the sandbag thing there? I'm streaming to YouTube and streaming to Twitch at the same time. Pardon me. And then when I use Star Citizen, I do the same thing. I do have my normal YouTube one, my old one. Is that what we're after there? That thing. Let's have a look. Or is that just a bush? Bloody hard to tell, isn't it? Right, the flatter part, I think, is down that area. But I'm not sure if I'm going to be in the right place. Just need to come down a bit. We've got pylons going across here. You can see climbing up the trees. road in the middle. So don't be surprised if I end up gobbing this. A very good chance. Yeah, there is camels on the 2K thing, on the 2K test on Twitch, and it works. It works all right. I'm not on the beta, but then again, I mean, I did accidentally stream to Twitch in 4K once. So if you look on my old Twitch history, there's definitely one there on 4K. Where's these cables? Sort of want to get down there, I think. And then hop across. Oh, a little bit much. You got banned on what? Yeah, I said 40. No, more than that. Yeah, about 40 meg. And as I said, I streamed accidentally in 4K. I'm not sure where the let's move a little bit closer up here. Just watch those blades of the cables. It's getting there, isn't it? Yeah, I'm surprised I haven't got a cup of tea yet. Yeah, and if you do stream in 2K, it expects you to do all the different resolutions yourself. So the way it tells you to set it up is as though you're doing it across all the different resolutions rather than their server doing it. Right, now, am I in the area? Let's have a look. No, I'm not. I've still got to move a bit further up. Oh, really? That's not good, is it? See the difference this makes as well, just changing the gamma. I mean, that looks really, really good. It does on my screen anyway. And it should do on YouTube. Twitch is going to be a little bit limited. No, I think that's the bunker. I'm not sure. Let me have a look. I can't see the button positions or the toggle positions down here on my left. Push my nose forward just a little bit. It feels like there's a bit of a slope. What did I set down here? Armed. Safe. Armed. There we go. So I should have some guns. I'll just drop this down for now. Just to give me an idea. OBS. I'm using a Blackmagic web presenter 4K for the other stream. Just got to watch those cables. That's not what I'm going for. Oh. Yeah, so as I said, rather than my machine do it all, or rather than use something like Restream, what I'm doing is it's a box with an adapter that converts the signal from an HDMI into an SG12 that then goes into the back of something, and then another feed goes off the adapter into my monitor, and another one from the web presenter to another monitor, so it gives me all the stream detail for YouTube, data bits and all the rest of it. I've lost my little sandbag now. Jeez. Pardon? Yeah, if you're going to stream at this resolution on YouTube, the delay is big. But then again, I'm hitting it. Yeah, and the YouTube it's about 46 meg. Yeah, it's 46 meg. But it's just on there. I have no problem. Right, where's the thing I was shooting again? Oh, man, I've lost it. Those are the helicopters. It's not those. And I've also got to watch the cables. There it is, that little sandbag. But you know, it's all coming off this one machine. I'm playing in 4K as well, so it all works. Where's it gone? I've lost the bloody thing again. Stick my head through the screen. No, I've come too far. Right. Oh, I'm trying to shoot pylon bases. What a plonk. Yeah, I'm going to have to come round on another low pass, I think. I can't see it from here. It's such a small thing, a brown thing and a brown thing. Let's slow it down a little bit. I'll also drop my guy off as well. And it didn't. Yeah. Right, where's that? Where's that thing? What over here, isn't it? You're welcome. Oh, it'll take ages. If you've not flown, do you fly helicopters anywhere at all? Just what you want to, if you've never flown helicopter, bollocks. If you've never flown helicopters before, I caught the pylons. I would use the free. My blades caught the pylons because I was flying really low, and basically, so don't worry about it. So,
even see a pylon.
Oh no, it's the cables overhead. I just went a little bit high. Right. Okay. Make sure, and ask Spatey and that lot if you're not sure, make sure that you're on not on Steam, that you're on DCS download, and then that way round you can have two. Oh, cables have collision, yeah, definitely, and if they hit your helicopter, you'll spark as well. Whereas if you hit the blades, they don't. So basically, make sure you've got the DCS version of DCS, not the Steam version. When you go onto your online profile, look on the left hand side and there's a little drop down and it tells you what licenses you've got. If you click on there, you can get a free trial of most modules and maps for 2 weeks. And what I would recommend is start in the Huey, which is the one I was just flying, and get one of the others to help you out a bit, or if you come on here, I'll go through how to start it up. It's really easy, but it gives you the basics of helicopters. Okay.
So
Once you get once you go in, once you get used to that, because unlike other modules, the Huey is you flying it. You haven't got to worry about all the systems. and it's down to you. So you learn a lot about how to fly helicopters, how to get out of VRSs and what a VRS is, how to land and take off. And you can do that in 2 weeks, no problem at all. If you want me to go through it with you, I'm happy to. And I could even get you slinging in the first sort of lesson. I'm more than happy to do that. So get the gist of it. And then get the shark, right? And you don't have to worry about starting them up. What you're interested in is how they fly, okay? The shark uses a trimming system that is the same way as you would trim the Apache. And if you get to grips with a trimmer on there, it will help you with the Apache. And flying one of the first helicopters, the Huey, is going to help you with both of them. But it won't cost you any money. You can fly them for 2 weeks. But anyway, either, you know, you can ask me and I'll happily help you out. And I can do it off stream if you want. Or ask Spatey or Sigsy, get them to go through the Huey and get a feel of it. And then the shark, right? Not the weapons or anything, just the flying and the trimming. And then by the time you get to the Apache, it'll be a lot easier. Because people have difficulty when they just go straight to the Apache from nothing. So that would be my advice, all right? I'm glad you like it anyway. And as you saw, people were, you know, quite helpful. You know, the group who I fly with are really good, and the viewers as well. And see how you get on and come and let me know, all right? But that's what I would recommend. So we're starting at Kobaleti and attacking Doodad. Sanaki. Okay, what's at Sanaki? Anything particular?
It's an airfield. They've got SA-19 SAMs, 3 tanks, SA-15. Yeah.
Okay. Do we get convoys coming down like we used to, where we can throw some guys at, or doesn't happen anymore?
No, that's a different version. We haven't got the ambush team.
Oh, that's pretense.
I think it was, yeah.
Okay. This is the shark, by the way. But ideally learn the other one.
Left. If we get within the range of the mortar team, when we put them down, they will target the highest threat automatically. We don't have to tell them what to do, they just get on with it.
Right, okay. So this is where we're going for.
Well, we've got a Reaper.
What we got?
So you can change the targets, and the Reaper will smoke the target for you. He'll laze it as well, but as I say, you've got.
So Stu shambles.
On the radio.
Oh, I could jump in with Show.
Burn the 9 line.
Oh, I'll let him fly first. I'll take the shark.
You have to give George a coordinate.
Okay, so we'll shut the door, start off with a shark quite easily. We're going to put battery 1, battery 2 on. This is a Shark 3. However, I think they have done an automatic align. I'll go through the process as if they haven't for a Shark 3 anyway. So next thing to put on is the Ekran. Hydraulics. Move around, put on the KO-41. Put on the Abras. Get rid of the master caution. Look over to the right. We're going to put the forward, aft and fuel QTY on. APU fuel flow. Going to turn round. Press the white button here. We can see the fuel flows here. This is the APU startup. And then move the rotor brake down. And you should see this will start up. Get up to about 7, drop, and then the third light will come on. And that will mean that we can basically... Oh, just one moment.
Notched it.
Right, so once the third light is on, excuse me 1 minute. Once third light is on, we can now start the engines. We turn round, start the left hand EEG,
Go back to altitude.
move across, start the left hand fuel flow, turn back, we move the toggle switch down to the left hand engine, press start. We move back so we can see the RPM, and when the RPM reaches 20%, which is the number 2, we're then going to move the left hand fuel shut-off valve up, this lever here on my left, and you'll see the gas producer for the left hand engine start. You can see the rotor in the shadow and it's gently going overhead. Okay, let's pop this on as well. I will go through the Apache if you want after, but I'll explain if you're still here. What's it called? Whizbit, is that right? What I'll do is explain the trimming on this, and then you'll see why it's similar to the Apache, and then I'll flick onto the Apache. But if you got to shoot off, that's absolutely fine. Okay, so the first engine's up and running. Okay, once it gets to idle, which is just over 70%, we can do the same for the right engine. The procedure is exactly the same. And we do this one as well. When we turn around, this time we move this little switch over to the right hand engine, press start, zoom out, keep an eye over there for the needle to drop. Yeah, when I first started it was Russian. Okay, so this one goes. Oh, the purist. This is the problem with it really. Is sometimes when you're watching people fly DCS or MSFS, the community is not bad, but yeah, as you said, sometimes you have these purists, and like you do with all sorts, but you just totally ignore them. And I would even go to as far as saying DCS is a game. I mean, people say it's a study sim. Okay, so you've got big manuals to read. The A10C is like 600 pages to read, do you know what I mean? And you've really got to want to do it if you want to do it. But hey ho. English cockpit, yeah.
Just pulling your leg.
That's fine.
Good arguments for either settings.
No, I mean, the kilometres I struggle with. I can't judge that. Right, so we got both engines up, and what I'm going to do now before I put them into work mode is I'm going to put the intercom on here, and I'm also going to put this on. So I'm going to now put the engines into work mode, which is page up twice. Okay, you can't click on anything. I don't know what your purists would say about that. There's nothing to move, right? But the page up key will move them up twice, and then you'll hear, hey Platty, you'll hear the messages.
Electrics on battery. Doppler navigation system very low. Now data.
Thanks, Platty. Right, what you'll find now, and I think I might.
Judging kilometers is easy. Just think of walking a mile. A kilometer is rounded that way. You regret that decision.
I've just crashed. Anyone else? I thought I had. Let's see what happens, see if it recovers. Well, I do a 3 mile walk. I know it's 5 kilometres. It's the working it all out. That is the problem. You regret that decision. No, I do 3 mile walks. I know it's 5k, but it couldn't be bothered. Can't judge in metric. Yeah, this has died. My game's crashed. What a bugger!
Create childhood Paul Daniels Kids TV show Whizbit. Very interested in learning right now. I'm blaming my VKBS will stick around and watch and listen.
Okay, yeah, no worries.
400 said, anyways, while DCS has crashed. Has anybody ever seen the Black Shark movie? The one where the K-50 got its name from?
Not at all. Seen the red tails. Sorry about this, especially on YouTube. YouTube got a nice view of my desktop. Now it could come up with a tainted client.
You're always in range.
Now, but I'm getting in range and flying down.
Yeah, I'd stay where you are if you can and start picking your
Does Putin
targets.
fly it?
Does Putin fly?
Well,
Only if he's got his shirt off.
we shoot people.
Yeah,
Oh, is that where it comes from, Whizbit here?
There's some colour and get some HQ.
I'll show you the Huey as well after if you want. In fact, now I've crashed, I'll just go through some of the Huey stuff first if you want. It's very easy to start up. And I'll show you how to just get your head around what's going on and trimming.
Said, from what I hear, and the few scenes I could find, you might as well. That movie seems abysmal.
Right, I'll quickly go through the Huey, then get back to the shark, then go through the thingamajig, and I'll explain the differences and how you benefit from finding and flying each one. And then that'll guide you up. When I eventually get around to doing videos, I would call, there's a video which is the road to the Apache, which in my way of reckoning, if you go through this path, it will help quite a lot. But I will have to go and attack something in the shark first, and then that will get weapons. But from your point of view, I wouldn't be over interested in the weapons. It's just the flight.
Rifle.
But the Apache will help, and even if you're not here, it'll be on the stream, and they record it. So as I'm streaming it to YouTube, you'll be able to watch it on there, or you can go onto Twitch and it'll be on there for a limited amount of time. So either way, you should be able to get the most out of that. So we'll join this one. I'll go back to Batumi. And then I won't do the mission. They'll be wondering what's going on. They're all trying to do the mission. So I think I went through the helicopter at first, but I don't mind doing it again because I know you'll benefit from it. Okay, I'm going to shut the doors. So if we look up here, there's two. It's gone again. No. It's just me. Get this in the right place. Right. Up here, there's an air blower thing. To the left, there's this little panel. We're not going to worry about all the other things at the moment. We turn this knob on once, this one to the right twice. We move the main engine generator down. And then when we move the battery, you hear a little wailing. That's the low RPM warning. If we look down on this panel, we're going to switch it off. Once we've done that, we switch the fuel on, the hydraulics, the force trim, chip detector forward and relax it. What the chip detector does is it looks for metal fragments at the rotor to see if any of the metal work is shearing off. Make sure the governor's forward. I'll put the axis on so you can see. If we look down here now, what we're going to do is turn the throttle, which is the brown sleeve, all the way up and down. We can do it with the mouse by rotating the mouse wheel, holding the mouse left button and moving it. But the easiest thing to do is page up, all the way up. Come on. And then bring it all the way down again, page up, page down. Once it's down, we're going to press and hold the starter button, and we're looking at the gas producer. So this will start to climb, and round about 12 the blades will go. Okay, and it will keep increasing. You hold the button down all the time, until it gets to 40. Okay? If I'm not explaining everything, it's really much quicker to get started. For those that watched it earlier, just go and make yourself a cup of tea or coffee. Once this gets up to 40, it'll stop. And then what you've got to do is slowly, right, increase the throttle. So that's the brown sleeve, that one there. And you'll see this increasing. If you do it too fast, you can shear the rotor off. There's two needles there. One's the engine RPM, one's the rotor RPM. And the engine will go much faster, much quicker than the rotor. So we're going all the way up. See, we'll go right the way to the top. And this should stay in the green. Okay. Got a couple of errors there. And all we've got to do is first of all switch this radio panel on with this big knob, and that goes off. We look up here and we're going to switch the inverter down. We're going to put the starter generator to standby. We're going to reset the master caution that you can see that's lit up. That will come on every time there's one of these come on, and it won't go off until you reset it. We're also then going to align the electronic compass with the magnetic compass, and we do that with a synchronization knob, and we turn it, and as we turn it, can you see this is a cross and a circle in this window? So we keep turning round, and what we're looking for, it will go into cross and a circle again in a minute. Watch, there we go. So that's set to a smidge over 21 towards S, and we want this one set the same. And the way we do it is we look here and we want to see half a circle, half a cross, which is about there. Okay, and we compare this to that. Now you can see the graduations are really quite fine, and it's just over here. They're a little bit bigger, so anywhere around about there is good. And that means we now can use this to fly, and we'll see where we're heading. Okay? The next bit, whenever you learn the Huey, you want to do it on somewhere that has got these horizontal lines, vertical lines. The reason being is it helps you know where you're going. So what I'm going to do is increase the collective, this one, and when the helicopter takes off, it will naturally want to go forward and roll to the right. Very easy to get up in the air with them, but controlling it is something else. So we're going to put about 30 degrees or 30%, sorry, rudder on this box. And as we lift up, because this is going to go forward and right, we're going to pull this back a little bit to here. Okay, I'll show you that. So just as we start to go up, I'm going to pull it back to stop it from going forward. I'm giving it a bit more left to stop us rotating right. And we want to basically try and control it. Now there's a couple of things. Look at my stick. Okay? Can you see my stick? Look at the movement on it. Barely nothing. Okay? Now when you're actually moving and flying around, you'll move the stick forward and it will start to climb naturally. But one of the good things to try and learn is how to hover in what we call ground effect. So let me just drop it down and then I'll show you. And again, I'm being careful how I bring it down as well. It's very easy to get these things to crash. That's every single helicopter. So ground effect is basically when your blades are spinning round, they're effectively biting into the air and pulling the air down. Okay? When the blades are completely flat, they're just pulling the air down. The air bounces off the floor or any other solid object. It could be a building, it could be the side of a mountain, it could be a ship. And that air bounces back up at you. When it's flat, it bounces straight back up, and it'll have the effect of being floating on air. And you can feel that, even though you don't have a force feedback stick necessarily, you can feel the way the helicopter behaves when you come down, when you get into ground effect. So the way to get into that is by hovering less than the diameter of the blade of the rotor. Okay? And when you're in that, you should be able to get the helicopter to perfectly hover. Okay? Now, to get into that point, you're going to have to make some adjustments, because the helicopter will want to move where it wants to move. And we make adjustments. Let me bring that down by doing this, right? So if I'm going backwards, I'm going to move the stick forward and middle, forward and middle. Now that's exaggerated, okay? The actual movement is this. And the reason I'm showing you the exaggerated version is because you won't see that much movement, okay? So I'm going forward, middle, but really tiny little movements. Okay? And then as it starts to slow down, I'm going to trim it. The real life helicopter, when they uses a friction, or in some cases magnets, to hold the stick in place. They can't do that in DCS because your stick, unless you've got force feedback, is on a big spring. So if I move my stick like that and let go, you can see it, look, and it bounces, it goes back to the middle. So what they do is they have it so that you move it forward, you trim it, which I've just done, and now I am winding my joystick all the way around its range, and that stick doesn't move. Okay? So to get control back, because I've got no input, I relax my stick, and when it gets to the centre, you'll see that little stick waggle in the cockpit. There it is, right? And now, if you look up here, you can see that my stick is forward a little bit. I'm not holding my joystick. My joystick is in the centre in real life, but it means everything I do from now is based upon where that stick is. When you're flying forward, the stick will be there. Okay? So you must remember, and you must use the centre trimmer method to do what I'm saying now. Okay, so what we want to do is get the helicopter balanced. I've just reset that now with the Huey, and note this: as soon as I press the trimmer button, the trimmer is set, because it's different to the Shark and different to the Apache. So what I'm going to do is take off again. I'm going to use the horizontal and vertical. Oh, one thing I haven't found out yet. I'm going to use the horizontal and vertical lines, right, to be able to get myself into a hover just by looking out the window. Let's have a little look outside and see where the wind's blowing. Now we can go Alt B, which is the briefing. At the bottom of the briefing you'll have the weather. So it's telling me at ground level it's 2 meters, right, either from 50 or 230. Usually it's 2 from one and 2 the other, and I never know which. So what I do is I cheat a bit. I go function shift, is it 11? Control shift 11. I'll get there in the end. I'm trying to get into I'm trying to get into my what's it cam, and I can't seem to do it. Oh great, I can't get into my external view, my free cam, but what I'm doing, I'll do it this way. Can you see the smoke? So normally I'd fly over in free cam to where the smoke is to see which way it's blowing, and it looks as though it's blowing over that direction, but then that doesn't make sense. Do you see? Because it looks like it's over there. Yeah, I thought it was control F11. Oh yeah, it would help if I could actually see, because I have to press a function key as well. So you get the gist now, look. And the weird thing is, you see the way that smoke is blowing, right? You look at the smoke over here.
It's that S60 battery.
Yeah, so it's blowing that sort of way. But if you look there, and this is the weird bit, look at the smoke over there to my right. See that? Can you see? Look at the smoke over there. That's more round. And the smoke over there, what's going on here? Can you see how the smoke looks a little bit different? Maybe it's because of the curve. So you can see it's blowing from this direction. You reckon? So one of the things you've got to be aware of, right? And to me, the smoke's blowing more or less in the direction I'm facing, I think. Something like that. Helicopters have something called a weather vane effect. So a weather vane is what you have blowing that's on roofs. If you watch the film, what is it? With Chim Chiminary, Mary Poppins. If you watch Mary Poppins, when they go to fly kites, you've got the weather vane and it turns and tells you which way the wind's blowing from. And that's what happens with the helicopters. When the wind blows, it turns them round to point their nose into the wind. And you'll notice it more possibly on the Shark than you will the Huey. But for us to get a nice hover, what we want is the nose into the wind. So let's start to lift up. Okay, I'll point in the general direction of the wind. Just one moment, hang on. So I'm going to point this over there, and then I'm going to make tiny adjustments. I'm going to trim it first of all, just in a rough position. Very bouncy, probably because of the trees and that, yeah? So I'm just going to trim it now, let go of my stick, see where it goes. Backwards. Okay? So I'm going to make adjustments, and you can see the helicopter slowing down, and just before it stops, going to trim it again. Let go. It's going that way, so I'm going to push slightly left, slightly forward, trim it again, let go. Forward a bit more. Just a little bit at a time. Slowing it down, trim, let go. Can you see how it's slowing down its movement now? Do it again. And I'm just trying to trim out this movement that it's trying to push me back. And you'll find that's not the best view, is it? You'll get to a point, it's really difficult here, usually because if you've got things in the way, it does make a difference. Let's get this camera closer. Okay? You don't have to be up very high at all. And this will be in ground effect. And when you're in ground effect, the helicopter will basically float like it's on a cushion of air. Now, it's getting better. Thanks, Flatty. Man, I can say I'm old now. Okay, the reason why you do it with lines, you see how easy it is to tell where you're drifting. Now my stick's moving forward, look, see the helicopter reacts to it. I don't think it helps having all the buildings there either, to be honest.
I don't.
Thanks, Kev. But once you get to a point, right, when you put your hand back on the stick, you want this to stop, you'll see you can make it more or less stop. And that's because the centre point is where the diamond is on the top left. And I'm just making tiny little adjustments, look. Okay. Now, once it's like that, let's just let go of everything, turn round, and I'm just nudging my stick to nudge the helicopter over there. I don't want it to go too fast. I'm going to let go. I'm just using my feet because you don't want those done. And you see the helicopter just literally floats around, okay? I'm going to push it over there somewhere on the runway. Nobody will be taking off from here, I don't think. And I think it might be a little bit easier the further away from the trees. A really good base to go to is oh god, I forgot what's the name of the one by Krasnodar Central. Krasnodar Central is a lot easier, a lot more central, and you've got some really nice concrete. But you can see this. It's Krasnodar Central. Now, if I just use my rudder, and I've got to be careful I don't crash, as I start to turn round and head towards the wind direction, watch what happens. It slows it down again, and it comes to a near stop. Can you see? It's going to drift a little bit. The wind will have an effect. But if you can point it to the nose into the wind, you'll find it virtually stops. He says, as I'm being blown all over the place. This is quite interesting, isn't it? But wind does have an effect. But I'm not holding this, by the way. I'm just floating on that cushion of air. And I'm moving quite quick, aren't I? Yeah, this is not the best demonstration, but you get the gist. If I want to stop it, all I've got to do is just put my hand on my stick and a couple of tiny little nudges, and it just stops. But once you know how to do that, once you can start to do that, you get the control over your helicopter, alright? And then, when you're flying your helicopter, if I want to go now, say down the runway, or point down the runway, I'm nudging the helicopter. You can see my stick. See, the helicopter's moving, but what's happening with my stick? That's how little movement there is. And this is something you're going to have to get used to with. And you'll find the helicopter's a little bit different. So to go in the direction I want, I'm going to nudge it a bit more. It'll start to go faster, okay? And then I'm going to start adding just a tiny little bit of collective. And we'll start to lift up. And the faster you move, it gives and generates lift, as you can see now. I'm not touching collective, it just goes up and up and up and up and up and up and up. And that's part of the problem. When you want to come down, you think you're going to be able to pull the stick back and you come down. It's not quite like that. You can see the way it's climbing, look, and I haven't touched the collective. You can see how low it is up there. We need to come down, and the next problem you face is something called a VRS, or vortex ring state. And that's where, if you hover outside of the Ranger hover, or you're stationary, watch, then you see the speed dropping, and there's a little gauge here, there, vertical speed, and that will start to plummet. If you come down too quick, that will plummet as well. And you'll see the helicopter will start to drop. Okay, it's dropping by itself. You'll lose control, and it will start to drop out the sky, okay? And that's not what you want. So what you need to do is flatten the blades, push your stick, right? Push your stick any direction, bring your blades back up slowly, and you'll get control again. And what VRS is, a vortex ring state, is when the air flow around your blades becomes turbulent and doesn't provide lift anymore. So the natural thing is to push your collective up really quickly to give you more lift. But in effect, that's just going to make it worse, alright? When you're coming into land, it's something typically you're going to experience a lot. So if you watch that needle there that's just coming to the 0, just above, what you want to do is try, when you want to land, and keep that needle above that tiny little 0.5 when you come into land. Don't try and land straight down. It's really difficult to do. Land into the hover that I showed you. So let's imagine we want to land. So just get lower and lower, making sure we're moving, dropping the collective, okay? Keep the needle above the 5, get into a hover, which is in ground effect.
Not entirely correct, but easy way to cover it. You sink into the air and just push down, so that you can't push it down any more than that.
Hang on 1 minute, I'll read that in a minute. Okay. And get down there. And then just, from that little low level where we are, it's very easy then. Just to drop it down nice and slow. Bearing in mind the wind, you don't want it blowing you sideways. Right, sorry, what was that, Kengo? Not entirely correct, but easy way to think of it. You sink into the air that you just push down, so that you can't push it down any more than that. Yeah, it's... I understand what you're saying. So, basically, you're just not being provided any lift. So, if you look at the airflow, there is... the what's it, I can't remember the technique, but he's done a video with the smoke around the blades. And if you watch the blades, you watch the smoke. Thanks, Plateau. We're not interested in the technique. All you're interested in is go and watch it and watch the smoke around the blades. You'll see a nice airflow, and then when you get into the vortex ring state, the airflow's turbulent, and therefore it's not providing any lift. So you drop down, and as you drop down, it's still turbulent. And you'll just keep dropping. If you increase your blades, the pitch on your blades, you'll just add to it. So all you've got to do is flatten your blades, and as I did, was just push your stick somewhere. Doesn't matter which direction, can go left, forward, right, whatever. But okay, Whizbit, if you're still there, that's the general gist, right? So you have to think of, you can start it up automatically, but get the feel of the helicopter. And when you get the feel of this is one of the best helicopters, one of the most fun helicopters, I think. You then need to learn, once you're in your hover, you control and then fly around solid objects and then rotate around objects and be low level. And the trick is, don't panic. Right? Anyway, I'll get back into the shark at the other base where I was. And then we'll start that one again before I crashed. And I'll explain the difference. We'll go in the 3.
W1Z8 it said, thanks, some good tips there, mostly the nudging rather than holding it.
Oh yeah. That is one of the reason I know about that is because I was taken up in a trainer helicopter once when I went on a job. The guy was instructor, and he literally said, right, here's the cyclic, all you've got to do is you fly it and I'll cover you. And I had it like a bucking bronco. Yeah, sorry, I was just doing some helicopter stuff for somebody.
But you've been very quiet, right?
Oh no, that's why. I did crash and come back in, and I'm just doing some helicopter stuff. So basically what I did was pushed the cyclic forward, nothing happened. So I pushed it forward a bit more, and then it started to happen, but it was too much. So I pulled it back, nothing happened, pulled it back a bit more, because there's this little delay, right, in real life. And the problem is with that, is if you try and push the stick forward, it will move, but not the second you push it forward. So you move it in tiny little bits and think of it. A nudge to me is the best way of thinking of it. And when you get used to it, when I got used to that technique, I would hold my joystick. It was table mounted then, and I use a Warthog. And all I needed to do was change the pressure, and I could feel the pressure on my fingers without actually feeling as though I'm trying to move the stick. Right, now I've got an extension, there's a bit more movement in the stick to get it to do the same, but it's tiny, small movements. All right, and I would try the Huey, get their free version, the trial version, and try that first. Right, this is a little bit different. The trimmer, in the way that it works, is similar, right, in as much as the fact that it's got that center position and everything. However, it uses a completely different system. So the Huey, you would trim it usually when you're on a long distance or flying forward, and the reason why people would trim it is because the pressure on their arm was too much. So after an amount of time, their arm was knackered and they couldn't hold it. So they'd trim it, and then it would take the pressure off, and then any additional pressure is based around where the trimming is set. A lot of people in DCS will say, oh, I don't use the trimmer. Well, that's fine. You know, it's not a realistic helicopter in terms of the feel, but I'm sure if they went in a real one, they definitely would. The trimmer in this is very different, but similar to the Apache. Let me get it started again and we'll go from there. Right, so we crashed out last time, so we'll start with a battery, and then we go around from the batteries to the right elbow, do the ecran. Okay, from the ecran we go to the front to the master caution. Because it's a 3, we're not going to put on the INU at the moment. We'll put on the KO41, we'll put on the Abris, and now we're going to do the fuel flow, which is forward, aft, fuel QTY, APU. If we look over to the left, we can see the APU fuel flow. We're going to press the APU start button there. I'll explain that in a minute, and we're going to switch off. There's a black knob down there in the blackness. That's the rotor brake. When this drops down, third light will come on and we can start it. Let's shut the door, make it a bit quieter. And we'll go around and we'll do the left engine first. EEG, electronic engine governor. Left hand fuel flow. Look down here. And this switch here depends what position it is in as to what these switches here do. So to start the APU, it is usually by default in the APU position. We're going to move it down to the left hand position, one click, and now we're going to start the left hand engine by pressing it and letting go. We're going to zoom out, keep an eye on the needle, that's needle number 1 or the left hand engine. At 20% we'll move the engine cutoff lever up, and then you'll see the exhaust gas temperature go down. There it is. There's the exhaust gas temperature. We know it's started properly. Let me see if I can ping for a cup of tea, being as I haven't had one for ages. See if it works.
Well done, James. Just infantry and one supply truck. Should be out of brass and that with a
All I've put is hello tea lady. Okay. When this gets up to about 70%, left engine is started. So we do the right engine, same process. So right engine up, right hand EEG, right hand fuel flow, turn around to the left, okay, move the little switch to the right hand. Again, Whizbit, don't worry about starting it, use automated startup, just to get used to the way it flies and the trimming. Start, look over here, excuse me. I'll tell you what, I'm forgetting things. Probably been eating too much sugar. We're going to move the right hand fuel shut off and you'll see it go up. So while I'm waiting for that, we'll put the intercom on. We're going to put the voice warn on. Okay. Now this is the ecran. If we don't do this bit, all we ever get is watch ecran. Watch ecran. Oh, just one moment. Sorry, it's just that we're going out tonight and people are trying to get hold of me to find out details. Right, so hopefully I'll get a tea coming up soon. Right, where did we get to? Okay, so we put that on and that stops us just getting messages like watch ecran. So as this is a 3, right, what we're going to do is move this up 2 spots. And you're
on battery. Doppler navigation system failure. No nav data.
right. It's electrics on battery, so that means make sure you put the electrics on the generators. Okay. So we've got a left hand and a right hand. Doppler navigation system. Well, we're not finished powering up yet, and there was no nav data. So in the Shark 3. If we put this down, you can see it better. There's no nav data. Now, there is a process to do, but I think on this particular mission, right, let me just respond to that, as I said. Right, what we need to do is follow a process to align it. However, I think in this mission, I can't think if it's this one or the previous one, they may have auto alignment set on. So the way we would normally do it is we turn this device into operation. We go back and we press this INU up. And when you look here, you won't get this. What you'll get is a symbol. And you have to wait 3 minutes. When it comes back up, these 2 indicators here are separated by about 10 degrees. And there's a process to align it, which involves rotating this little dial to your actual heading, pressing this down and back to the middle, putting it back there, and then we're aligned. However, it's been set by the looks of it in the mission to automatically align. Okay, so that's something you need to be aware of. If you try and start this thing up, you'll find that it'll be difficult to put your little blue lights on, which we'll do in a minute. This will be out by 10 degrees, and when you try and use your weapon system, it's all over the place. Excuse me. Okay, so we're going to carry on with the startup now, as normal. Going to put VHF2, data link VHF talk on, data link on there. We're going to put, what is it, bank hold, pitch hold, heading hold on. and these act like smoothing the input from the stick, which you'll see in a minute. We're going to put the seat ejection system on, which we do have on this helicopter, fire extinguisher, and we're going to turn around to the back and put the L140 laser on, and we're also going to put the countermeasure system on, which we'll see up there. Okay. One thing we don't need now is the APU, so make sure when you press the button you press APU shut off with a red circle. That stops the APU. Turn round and we can put this switch down. Right, now when I put this on, the brakes are on. Right, when you take off and land, I would leave the brakes on, and you can put the brakes on by holding shift, tap W, and it will come on. Okay, we want to take off by going up, we don't want to roll. If this brake is off, then we can taxi like a plane. We can go down the runway and take off using a runway. But for the purposes of this, I'm not going to be doing that. Right, so when we take off, if we don't do anything at all, this helicopter will go backwards. Alright, so just one moment. Alright, I've got my cup of tea now. Right, okay, so I'm going to start increasing the collective. That's going to make us go up in the air, but then I'm going to push my stick forward, and this stick you push a little bit more. I'll show you what I mean. So as we start to get light, it'll want to go backwards. So I'm going to push the stick forward a little bit, and we're up in the air. Now I'm going to trim it in a minute. Let's have a look. Let's go a little bit faster. Right, I've trimmed it. I am completely hands-free. Okay, let's stop it going up quite so hard. I'm completely hands-free. Now, what you've got to understand about this helicopter, there's no tail rotor, right, or anti-torque rotor. So if you look, there's just a stabiliser at the back. There's my rudder. Okay, the rudder, the pitch, and the roll is all in these blades. It uses dual counter-rotating blades. So the torque that is generated, which means you need to, in the Huey, push left, isn't there. And I'm not doing anything, I haven't got it in auto hover, although it does seem to have just settled itself. So what I'm going to do is move and trim. Now if we look at the top, we've got a heading, which is the triangle, the diamond is the trimmer, and watch what happens. So I'm going to trim, let go, relax my stick. So the diamond tries to get to the triangle. Let's steady this up a little bit. There we go. The diamond tries to get to the triangle, and you'll see that there was a line, which if I slow down a little bit, it'll come back. That line only appears when we're going less than 50 kilometers. Let me do this just 1 minute. And it tells you which way you're drifting. You'll see it appear again in a minute. Again, like the other helicopter, this one, as all helicopters are susceptible to vortex ring state. So the reason why you have this is if you're over cloud or sea, you can't tell where you're going, but it's also really useful, right, for when you want to slow down. Now, what I'm going to do is try and move the helicopter. Now, if you watch my stick, can you see that? Look what the helicopter's doing. Virtually nothing. It rocks a bit. Okay? If I move my rudders, it's not doing a lot. And watch, I'm going to keep pushing until it does something. I'm going to turn us over here. I'm going to put my nose down a little bit and I'm going to speed up a bit. The line's going to disappear. Watch what happens when I let go of all the controls. The helicopter's lifted its nose up. It's slowing down. And it's turning to the left. Hey, Dampy. You alright, matey? How was your stream? Could somebody do a raid from Dampy, please, if you don't mind? Yeah, okay, matey. How was it? Oh, you're joking. My game's crashed again. Oh, this is twice I've crashed. It was good, was it? Ah. And how was it? Everyone's looking to how to spell your name now so they can give you a shout. My game has crashed. Thank you very much. I've crashed again. Anyone else having crashy problems? This is really bad, isn't it?
No, just
Hey Mel,
Yeah.
sorry. Mel, you said your game was at 1.4, right? I've got mine at 1.6, but now the sun's up
Dan
sort of,
Pio50
I
said
don't know,
1
whatever
3
the
out
time,
of 4, so I
maybe
call
9
it a
o'clock or
win.
whatever. It's starting to look a little washed out,
Bloody
so what did you say?
trying
1.4?
I was on 1.4, yeah, and I'll leave it on there. It makes it a little dark when it's dark,
Mel said,
but it should be fine.
Bravo is no lurking.
Thanks, Stampy. Well, are you 1 3 out of 4? Excellent. Let's try and get back in. Right, so basically then, what I was trying to say is when you let go of the helicopter and it's trimmed, it goes back to where it was. The difference between the trimming on the Shark and the Huey is...
It's a bit nicer. It just gives it a little bit more contrast, a little bit richer.
It's really good, isn't it? As I said, I see all these people with all these special effects they put on, and you don't need it. You just need to put the gamma in the right place. It'll look fine. So basically, what will happen? I don't know whether that.
Yeah, DCS looks. I mean, for the age of the game and what it was originally built on, it's come a long way. I remember when I first looked into DCS, into the free modules, and I can't remember. I can't remember what one of the free jets was. There's only two.
SU-25 and the TF-51.
Yeah, that was it. It looked terrible. It really looked terrible. And now it actually looks nice.
Yeah, the whole engine's been updated and everything, and all the trees were not collision trees, and they were 1 pixel deep masks with pictures of the tops of trees and everything like that. And they floated in the air mostly as well. That's why I keep losing
now
connection.
When I look out the cockpit window and you know, look out over the scenery, it looks nice. You know, nice lighting, nice trees, and
yeah, they did it because when they bought out helicopters, they realised it looked naff from low level. It was all right for flying. You could look out the window and you saw forests, but when you were low down, you didn't see anything. You saw 3 flat lines with pixels on, and that's all they were like single pixel sheets for trees with a few odd floating trees, and that was it. So the Shark.
I'm streaming with Mel. It's Mel 12345, I think. If you haven't checked him out, man, go and check him out. Real nice quality, good dude. He'll teach you how to start an aircraft and hover. He's really good at hovering.
Will you stop that? He's the pilot. He always comes on and asks me to teach him how to hover because he's a proper helicopter pilot. Anyway, as I was saying, so with the Shark...
Sorry, I just realised I was holding my push to talk.
You were, yes. You were.
Troy doesn't mind.
It's all good.
Yeah, it'll be fine. So, the Shark, the trimmer system... The trimmer system takes 20% of the control. It takes 20% of the control of your helicopter in the Shark. So what that means, oh man, everything's crashing. Oh shit, I know what that means.
I'm quite liking it.
I think I know what's going on here, and it's not good. I've got Windows crashing out on me, and that's like a memory issue. I wonder if that's... Oh yeah, I've got a few tabs crashed out. That's not good. Yeah. I think I might have a bigger problem. Let me just try something. I do apologise. I might have to stop and come back to it. What's going on?
With the last week, that problem.
Are you joking?
No.
Yeah, it's mainly the Phison controller for M.2s, EMEs.
Right.
I don't know this. I don't know whether this is updated or not. To be honest, what's the version of Windows that is causing the problem? And I'll have to look it up later.
Windows 11, but not sure. I'm on the 23 H2.
Yeah, I think it's like 20. I think it's 24 or 25 H2 or something like that. I'm actually running it. I actually have that version on my PC right now, but Samsung drives aren't affected. So.
I can't tell from that.
Anything left out of that?
Oh. Yeah, this is a bit of a bugger. I'll try again and see if it goes. But if it seems to crash, and it's always crashing when I'm doing stuff with a Shark at the moment. It might be coincidental. Anyway, let's have a look. And let me get back to where I was. I apologise, guys. That's if my game even loads. Let me get this back. Right, so I need my chat back.
Rifle.
See what I can do with that.
Put that over there. You can see all of this if you're looking on YouTube. Move this over there.
I see him.
Get rid of that. Right, let's have one start the game again. If not, it's a reboot, and that's just a nightmare. Got so many windows and things open. We'll see. Right. Yeah, that's strange. I haven't had a crash for ages, but I lost a few windows then, and I know from the past memory issues, usually my windows start dropping off. And it's still showing I've got 128 gig, but if it starts playing up, it could be the Windows OS. Anyway, it gives me a chance to drink a cup of tea.
Anyone's got eyes on that, or looking in there.
Yeah, same site, there's still 2 SA2s.
Struggling to see them in Euro trucks.
What about by the orange smoke?
Yeah, that's just where I'm seeing trucks. Oh.
Trouble is when it crashes like that as well, you don't know what it's doing to your game either. So it could be messing up your game, depending what it's doing. We'll see. Anyone got any questions so far, by the way? I'll try and explain the... I won't go and explain everything in the Shark
Right, smoke on SA2.
when I start up. Suffice to say, I know where we got to.
It is just a launcher though, there's no guidance system for it. You can take that out of a gun.
Something's shooting at me. Let's use some bullets hit me somewhere. They're all either side of the trees or a building or something.
That's Shark 2. Back into the Shark 3.
Oh, somebody's taking it out.
Right, try again. I won't explain it all this time. I'll just get on and do it, and we'll see where we go. But it's not boding well if I'm starting to crash. It's
Okay, I won't worry about them then.
a pain in the ass. As I said, you know, when you're not explaining it all, it's basically much quicker. And you do get used to the startup routine. Always seems a little bit complex, but it's not really. And once you do it and once you explain to people how it works, you'll find that embeds it in your head. If ever you're learning something new, what I would always do is get someone to help you if they can. And don't bother writing anything down, just let them repeat it a few times. And you'll find that will help you remember it. That's done, that's done, that's done. That'll help you remember it. Oh, that's already done. Blimey, I did that quick. Didn't even realise I'd done that. Right, okay, so we're over here already. A left hand, not the right hand. Yeah, basically write it down once you've got familiar with it, rather than just trying to use someone else's written instructions. It helps you to find the locations. That's the locations of the buttons, because when you hear a term and you don't even know what the term is, you're then looking all around the cockpit for it. It's not the engine for this, by the way. Okay, so first engine's on the way.
I think there's still a truck there.
So this is spooling up. One thing I didn't do then was load the weapons, or did I? Did I load the weapons? No. So we'll have to load the weapons. I'll have to put that in, that extra step. So now we do the right one.
I'll drop my bombs on the taser and then I'll come back.
Looks dead, man. Right now, I need to be on there and head back to that base in the right.
Okay, so nearly not too far off. There was something I've just noticed I missed. Let's put this back on again.
Should I be rearming?
Put this back on again.
Yeah, it's hard to rearming them too. We've taken it, yeah.
Electrics on battery. Doppler navigation system failure. No nav data.
If I do, sort of drop off again, I probably won't be back because it means it's going to keep doing it. To be honest, it's not what I want. Yeah.
On the tail, I saw the ammo track that RSU shoot. You remember it was disconnecting?
Yeah, what was it?
Plugged it straight
Move
to
this
the
to
motherboard
wingman.
and steer it into the hub. Weak it is. The last 5 years, I've had it plugged into the hub, no problem.
Yeah, that's the point. Okay, that's up. One thing I did forget to do was standby, not that one. Standby or SAI, standby attitude indicator. It's pretty useless, that one. It drifts too much. It's all over the place. But we don't need the APU. That can go. Fuel can go. We do need some weapons. Now, weapons, always the same key. Left, Alt and apostrophe. If I put this out, get rid of these, and then say... and then say rearm reload. One of the things you've got to be aware of. See, request refueling, request rearming, no response. So what you need to make sure is that you go down, put this into ground crew, and now when I ask this time, they'll be able to hear me. But once your helicopter's up and going, then they're not going to hear you. And we'll soon be back where we started.
Request rearming. Copy.
See, now you get a copy. And you must remember to put this back. The reason being, if there's more than one person in a shark, right, you need to choose a separate number and put this to wingman. You also need to be on the same frequency. If this is turned to ground crew, right, that communication won't work. So it's a sort of data link for the Russians. So that's how it works. So 4 helicopters can go up together. You can exchange targets and it will automatically turn to the target, and there's lots of really good stuff with it. Right, let's check. Make sure it's all there. Okay, so we're ready to go. Hopefully, if I crash, I will wind it. Okay, I'll stop there. So I'm going to go up. I'm pushing my stick ready already in anticipation. Then we'll go straight up. Start moving, get rid of the gear. One day I'm going to have to give myself a button on my stick for gear. I don't like to do that normally because I don't want to waste the buttons. And there we go. Right. Now I've trimmed this as before, but if you notice I can even trim, watch, on a roll, trim it, and the trimmer system keeps trying to get back, okay, to where the triangle is. But when it gets to it, because it's on a roll, it will go past it, and so it goes round and tries again, and so on and so on. Okay. When the trimmer's set, it's really, really sluggish and not very nice to control. Right? However, if you notice, look, when I move now, it moves exactly as I expect, but it's really smooth. And I can turn it where I want, and that's because I've disabled the trimmer. The way you disable the trimmer to manoeuvre is you hold the button in. Unlike the Huey, this trimmer does not activate until you let go of the button. So when I let go, you'll see the diamond jump to the triangle. I centre my stick, and there's my helicopter flying all by itself. Now, note, I said earlier, when I was off, where are we actually going? We're going up here. Where am I going? Close enough. We're going over to Sanaka. Okay. So, when I was trying to get this back, I said that the helicopter, the trimmer system, has a 20% control over the flight, over the FCS. Okay, so that means if I don't move my controls more than 20%, it's not going to do anything. So this is why it feels completely sluggish and it resists. So that's all that is. Okay. Can we see that better at night? No. Where's my brightness? Let's wind it up a bit. I'm going to put my weapon system on because we are going to be getting somewhere soon. So that's down here. So it's the trimmer is the important bit for you, Wiz. Basically. So what I'm doing is dropping down because I don't want to be flying this high. I know the SAMs and things. I know my suit flares and everything are enabled and working. That's up there. It will go quite quick. One thing you have to be really careful of this is if you look at the blades, because they're moving in opposite directions, the lift is on opposite sides. So the top blade lifts on the left, the bottom blade lifts on the right. As a consequence, on the right hand side, you'll see the blades getting closer and closer together. This is one of the reasons why you've got an ejection system, because you can make those blades collide. If the blades collide, they'll chop them in half and then you start plummeting. So you can eject. There's a little hatch over the pilot seat. The blades that are remaining will explosively eject from the rotor system, and you can eject out of the helicopter. One of the few helicopters you can eject out of. So the faster you go, those blades get closer on the right hand side. You will get an audible warning if you're straining anything and it's going too much. Did I put my radio back? Yes. Now the problem is, right, all the controls, all your flight control surfaces go through those rotors. Some of them will force those blades closer together. Okay, where am I? I'm here. Some of those manoeuvres will force the blades closer together. So when you're moving fast, if you try and manoeuvre in certain ways, you will force the blades together anyway. So just be aware. Anyway, as far as the trimming system go, if you're still here, Weezbits, are you following that at all? You might not be here now, by the way. You might have fell asleep, which I don't blame you. But I'm literally drinking my cup of tea. I've got my hand on my collective, which I'm just lowering a little bit. As I lower it, right, the collective, my nose drops, I go faster. You see my height dropping now.
He's always an Eagle.
This helicopter is great for having a cup of tea with, as is the Apache. Right. I'm back with it now, by the way. I'm on the way to Sanaki. Have we taken it, by the way?
Yeah. Oh, hold up. No, we've just taken. Yeah, we have just taken Sanaki. We need resupply.
Unfortunately, I'm in the Shark at the moment, but
Go straight to the rest of the
okie dokie. Right, so let's change my waypoints to Kataisi. So I'm holding the trimmer and manoeuvring my helicopter. I can see down on the Abras, look.
Yeah, it's an MI-24. Luckily,
Right.
it's now MI-28, so
Okay. So I'm pointing what I want to point. Let go of the trimmer. I just spotted the pylons there. And then with pylons you go over them or under them. You don't try and go through them. So I'm going over the pylons because there's no way through them. And then I'll try and get back down a little bit better. You've been had? Shot, you mean? Okay, now obviously there's a lot of trees here, so I've got to be careful of my height, but obviously I don't want to go too high. It's all rocky there. That means, is that rocky? I've got some cover from the trees over here, from the hills, I think, depends how far up, so I'll try and utilise that cover. Ice detected.
yeah,
So-
MI-24 is heading straight for the pair of them, so you may both be able to target him.
He needs to
I'd
go up,
spread out a bit,
and is there
I
another
know you're
one?
not in line, but spread out a
Sure,
bit
there's
further.
another one.
He might struggle with targeting you. At the moment, he could probably get a good target on both of you.
Engine anti-ice, there you go. So the rotors are freezing. It must be cold. I didn't look at the temperature today in the game. And that got me last week. It just froze and dropped out the sky. So I'm just going to go lower down.
Closing.
So I'm trying to use the terrain to mask. I'm still a way off, so
Yeah, he has got
shouldn't
a
be
door
too
coming
bad.
up only on one side.
Was it MI8, did you say?
No, MI-24 behind him.
Okay. Right, if I put this back on, see what the problem is. It looks great on here, but where are the trees? Do you see what I mean? It makes it really difficult. But that sun visor is really good.
It's George's brother.
Has he jumped out, George?
Yeah, it's launched on you. Launched on you, Ken. George is going in the wrong direction.
He's pretty useless, this George.
Just on Shan.
I didn't enjoy it.
The other George has just shot you. I think you might have missed.
Yeah, you got.
Sick.
It's got MI24 up his ass. Look, see.
Yes,
And
thank
it's
you.
closed on him as well.
Right, M24 is following you, Sean. RTB, try and
Oh,
get an area defences might take them.
Yam, you lost 33 credits.
Here comes the group.
With this, basically, if you don't go and land after you've killed something, any credits you would have earned basically gets wiped out. It's a really good little mission. Well, it's quite a big mission, to be fair. Let's have a look. I'm not quite sure which hill range this base is in terms of seeing me. How far have I got to go? 62k. So I can see that down here. Look, there's two. I'm still on. I'm on. All of you? Yeah, but is everybody crashed? I've crashed now. Isn't that great? Well,
Flatty trying flying set. Yup.
well, there we go. So that's this mission. It's not the mission's fault.
If it wasn't target, it may have been like the letting us know that the server's about to go.
Is it a hiccup or is it still running?
I don't know, my whole game's stalled. That feels like a time for a bacon sandwich to me though.
Yeah, I was thinking.
I'm searching for it now, Mel.
Yeah, the server's not showing on the list at the moment.
Yeah, I can't see it.
Got time for coffee, tea,
Yeah.
over biscuits
Well-
from last week?
As it's the third time, I think, for me, and it's 1:15. I was going to finish at 2 anyway because I'm off out later. I'll probably wind up in terms of DCS here, but I'll stay on for a bit.
Yeah, I've been disconnected. Yeah, I'm gonna get some
Yeah.
food.
All right, matey. Right, sorry about that, guys. It's just one of those things. Unfortunately, it's been a bit shitty with crashes. But thanks for those on YouTube, and I'll catch you if you watch my Star Citizen stream tomorrow on MELLSC.
Jeff said, catch you